You're listening to BSRN, Box Studios Radio Network. And now it's time for another Power Play Post Show interview exclusive.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Power Play Post Show. Another great goaltender for our all goalie special comes to us from the Albany Devils. He is Keith Kinkaid. Keith, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on. And I've been watching you for the past couple seasons, and I know the kind of goaltender you are and how good you are. And I'm kind of glad some of the fans decided that we should interview you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for the invite to the show, and thanks to the fans for requesting.
Let's talk a little bit about where you grew up. Now, I think you're the first. I've interviewed a lot of players who have come from New York State, but none from Long Island. Talk a little bit about where you come from. I think it's Farmingville, if I remember correctly.
That's correct. Yeah, out east on Long Island. You got the beaches in the summer and everything, and hockey's been growing greatly over the past few years, and there's more and more Long Island boys coming into the pro ranks, and it's been good for the sport in Long Island.
What's the difference, maybe now than maybe 25 years ago, for youth hockey out in Long Island?
Maybe just more and more people wanting to play, and more parents putting their kids into hockey and giving them that opportunity to flourish.
Now, of course, we all know about the Islanders and everything, but, is there a lot of rinks, out on the island for you guys to go to and play?
Yeah, there's definitely a few more than I grew up with, and, I skate over there in the summer and at all these different rinks, and, it's interesting seeing the new rinks, and they're nicer, but it's also a good feel when you go to one of the older barns. Now,
obviously, there's obviously a lot of people that live out on the island. You're so close to New York City. Do you think it's easier or maybe tougher for a young hockey player to be noticed? Because a lot of times when it comes to getting to the good schools, getting to obviously good places to be noticed, it's very difficult no matter where you are. But do you think it's a little bit easier or more difficult because you're out on the island?
Yeah, I think it's a little difficult. You're in the Massachusetts area or the Minnesota area, which get a lot of hype. So, you have to really do something special out there to get noticed. And then, if you can go to prep school, you go to prep school, or just play on those top teams to get noticed.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think if you can get into one of those prep schools, it's a great idea up in Massachusetts and Rhode Island and Connecticut. Was that ever on your radar?
No, I don't think I ever looked at prep schools. I think I just took the minor junior route, and I guess it paid it off for me.
Now, was there ever a time when maybe another sport was your interest, or was it always hockey from day one?
I did play baseball, lacrosse also, and then eventually I had to quit baseball, and then high school I was pretty decent at lacrosse, to be honest, and I had to quit lacrosse for hockey because hockey was my main one, and there's no pro hockey like there is, or no pro lacrosse like there is pro hockey, so I made the right decision.
No, absolutely. And, when it came to lacrosse, were you a goaltender as well?
I was an attackman. I think sophomore year I was leading scorer, and it was pretty fun.
Yeah,
I do miss it sometimes.
Well, yeah, but there's a difference in the mentality between somebody who's an attacker in lacrosse, or even maybe a winger in hockey versus goaltending. Was it easier or more difficult for you, or do you think you have an advantage as well as a goaltender now in hockey, knowing kind of how someone who might attack or come through as a winger might come in, or a centerman for that matter come in? Do you think you have an advantage because you understand how they think and how they work?
Yeah, with that and just constant practice, you see people's tendencies and what people do, and I definitely think with the little offensive mind I have, you can definitely I guess, read a few more people than normal people would, but, it's the play is all crazy all the time anyway, so situations change, and, you just gotta be ready for it.
Okay, so who's more crazier, lacrosse players or hockey players?
Lacrosse goalies are more crazy than hockey goalies, that's a fact.
Just in the sense of, the ball coming at them versus the puck, or why are they crazier?
I think, because they barely wear any equipment, and I know for sure I would never be a lacrosse goalie without any of the equipment I have with hockey.
Well, I decided, and I've told the story many times, and I'm sure most people get sick and tired of hearing it, but I was afraid of goaltenders because I thought they were crazy to let people just throw pucks at them at 100 miles an hour. I mean, to me, that's just nuts.
Yeah, there's got to be something wrong with my brain up there, but no, I love it. I love every minute of it, and you want to be that person to have the game on their shoulders and keep everything out of the net for your team.
How did it come about for you to actually go play for Union collegiately and everything? Was it just something you went out and visited the school? Did they kind of scout you? How did you become a Union Dutchman?
I hadn't heard of Union until I think I was in the USHL with Des Moines, and they started coming to the games. They gave me their card to give them a call and everything, and eventually I visited a few schools, visited Union, and I loved every bit about it, and they gave me the opportunity to play as a freshman, and that's what I wanted to do, and everything worked out.
How important was it to go play college hockey for you?
Definitely, the education and the athletics, it's just combined. It's obviously pretty tough to keep up with everything, but there's nothing like it. Many guys on the team always talk about major juniors, but once you experience college, it's definitely more fun than major junior would be.
I've always made this assumption, and I know it's an assumption because I didn't play major junior and I didn't play collegiate hockey, and I'm not playing pro right now, so it is an assumption on my part. But I've always felt that guys who've gone and played, collegiate hockey and having to go to classes and then go to practice, or practice and then go to classes and then play games on the weekends, they just come out of college just, I hate to say it, just a little bit more mature than maybe guys who major junior, where it's almost like going from high school hockey right into the semi-pros, so to speak, in major junior before even turning pro and everything. What is your assumption of that?
I think that's correct in a way, but now you see younger guys going into college, true freshmen more, and but definitely I think you can grow more as a person in college if you stay all 4 years and whatnot. But I haven't experienced major junior, so I don't know what the thing is like. But you're definitely closer with your team, I think, because you're always there, you're in classes together, and you're always on the same campus. So.
Now, one of the interesting things about Union College is it's obviously been around for a very long time. You didn't know about it much. Most people don't know about it much until they got into the Frozen Four just a few years ago and everything. But another goaltender from Union is now playing in the AHL, and for the Worcester Sharks, and Troy Grosnick. What can you tell us about Troy?
Troy's a great guy. He was always probably the hardest worker in practice. He didn't play much my sophomore year, and then went in right after I left and took the reins and ran with it, broke every record I had. So basically, but he's just a tremendous kid as a person, and a battler out there. So
he broke all your records. So that means you're not friendly with him when you see him on the ice.
We always joke and text each other about dropping the gloves to center ice when we play each other this year, but I don't think that's going to happen at all.
Well, I mean, is it because Albany doesn't fight that much, and Worcester probably does, and they would have to goad you guys into it?
We have our certain group of fighters, but I think the goalies should stay in the net for that one. It'll be a great duel.
Now, you only spent 2 years in college with Union. Why is that? Some guys, they almost always stay there 4 years and everything. What was the decision for you to go and turn pro?
To be honest, I didn't really care for school that much. I wanted to be a professional hockey player, but I would have stayed, but our team had a great year, and there was just tons of opportunity out there with offers, and I had to look at either going out on top because you can't wait. I couldn't wait till next year, I guess, to see if I had a worse year. You wouldn't get many offers, so I took the advantage there.
Now, you also played with Kelly Zajac, who also went to Union as well. How nice has it been to have a guy you spent some time with in college with you with the Albany Devils in the time that he has spent with the Devils?
Yeah, that's just he's another awesome kid. He always does the little things right, and he treats his body well. He's mature, and he acts like a professional. And being with him on the team, it's just another guy to joke with. Coming in, I was as a rookie, I was trying to make new friends, and it could be tough at times, but definitely having somebody you used to play with and know is definitely a positive.
Now, you were undrafted, but I think every year so far since you've come into the league and everything, you started in 2011, 2012, your numbers have only gotten better as the time has gone along, and this happens a lot with goaltenders. They come in and sometimes they're undrafted, or maybe they're drafted late in the rounds and everything, yet they progress, and goaltenders take a little bit longer sometimes to develop and everything. How do you feel your game has come along in these last 2.5 years?
Definitely it's come along. Like you said, numbers have increased, and I obviously want to keep increasing them. And at this point in my career, I do feel like I'm ready to take the next step, and I'm just waiting for my opportunity. But I think with goaltenders, it's a little different than forwards and D. There's plenty of forwards and D on the ice, and there's only one goalie, so it's kind of like tossing them into a fire. And I think the Devils have done a great job, maturing me as a goalie.
It's tough, too, obviously, for goaltenders who are in the Devils organization because of Marty Brodeur is up there, and now they have Schneider there as well. Can you talk about what it's like, though, to go to camp with those kind of guys at the beginning of the season and know that you get to learn from guys who have proven themselves in the NHL?
Yeah, it's coming into training camp, Marty Brodeur was my idol, and just watching him every day, how he goes about his days and how he battles. It was good to see, and he's a great guy and has helped me tremendously. And then this year with Schneider, it's a younger guy. You can get along with him. He's very easy to get along with, and just you take bits and pieces of everyone's game. Try to use it into your game and see what works.
What do you remember about last year when you got into your first game?
Just when I got the call, I was searching around for my gloves. Didn't know what the first thing to do, but once I get out there, the crowd was cheering. It was great. My family was in the stands, and it was just an all-in-all great moment.
Wait a second. So you were actually kind of searching for your gloves when obviously you had to come in. You couldn't find your gloves at first?
Yeah, I put them somewhere, and then like behind the bench because the back goalie doesn't really need his gloves, and I wanted to get right out there and get in the net, so I was kind of rushing everything, and so it was pretty funny. But it was one of the most amazing moments in my life, and I think I can do it again, hopefully. No,
absolutely. And you saw 12 shots. You only let in one goal. Who was the guy that scored on you first in the NHL?
Nate Thompson, ex-Islander.
So he's an ex-Islander. Now, did you grow up an Islanders fan, or were you a Rangers fan? Were you a Devils fan? On the island, I mean, obviously the Islanders are right there and everything, and obviously they're going to be leaving to go into Brooklyn and everything. But did you grow up an Islanders fan, or there's so many teams for you guys to choose from out there?
Yeah, I did grow up an Islander fan. My hatred grew even more when I signed with the Devils.
Good.
The Devils. So we really don't like the Devils over at my house, and all my friends are basically Ranger fans on the island. So it's good to give them a little junk and trash talk them.
Okay, so when you signed the contract, did Lou or Chris Lamoureux say, okay, no more rooting for the Islanders, you are now a Devils guy?
No, they didn't say that. They were just happy to have me.
That's awesome. Okay, so this year you played in 22 games, 14-7. I said if this was any normal year in the American Hockey League, you would have been named an All-Star. You and Cal Heater both. I think that you and Cal Heater have been two of the best goaltenders this year, without a doubt. You have a great goals against average this year. 14-7, but sometimes when you don't score enough goals, goaltenders obviously take the loss in that case, even though you can still have great games. A .915 save percentage. Tell me about this year. Why has this year been so good for the Albany Devils?
I think it's the makeup of our team. We went a little younger, and I think our team speed and team defense and sticking to the systems, there are people that really grinded into their minds and their game, and hopefully we can keep this going. We're basically at the half point right now, and we want to just keep this going and make playoffs early.
Now, you're playing alongside a rookie as well, Scott Redwood. Well, you're not a rookie, but he's a rookie, Scott Redwood. Do you guys kind of work together in tandem? Is there competition to try to get into the games? How does it work between you and Scott?
There's always like a friendly competition, and we're good buds with each other and everything, and we push each other, so it's a good, healthy competition to have.
For you, what is your goal this season, for you personally?
Pardon?
What is your goal this year for you personally?
I want to get us to playoffs. The team hasn't been into playoffs for the past 3 years, I think, and I haven't been personal playoffs in the past 2 years, so that's one of our main goals, and it's all about the team, and it's the best time of the year apparently. So, and obviously from past experiences, it's just tremendous to be in playoffs and not watch everybody else play.
Yeah, when you got up to New Jersey this year, I know you didn't get into a game, but tell me about your time up there. What's it like to be up there with those NHL guys and just kind of be able to be around them?
Yeah, I've been up for all my past 3 years, and it's just been you grow with them. They help you out and everything, and it's still a tremendous time when you first get the call, and there's nothing like being in the NHL, to be honest. It's an indescribable feeling.
No, I don't know personally myself, but I wouldn't disagree with you on that, because it'd be stupid for me to say so, because I love hockey just as much as you do and everything. Keith, thank you very much for coming on and talking to us. Good luck this weekend. I know you guys are going to be in Utica, and then you got Adirondack. Probably you against Cal Heater, knowing that game and everything. And then, of course, you guys head down to Hershey. So 3 on a road. Good luck this weekend. And take it easy on my Binghamton Senators on January 24th when you guys come down here.
All right. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
And we'll be right back right after this, right here on the Power Play Post Show.